Hi guys!
Hey, welcome back.
Who are you?
It's what? Me?
Who are you?
I'm Josh.
No, who are we playing as?
Oh, that's not what you were asking. Don't pretend like that's what you were asking. Okay,
I kind of hoped you'd pick up on the gag.
Welcome back to Sunday. Last Sunday we did Blaze Blue,
yeah.
and this Sunday we decided that we were going to go ahead and do Soul Calibur.
It's a bit of an easier game.
It is. This is true. So we've done Mitsurugi, we've done Link, we've done Necrid, we've done Taki, we've done Talem. So I guess we need to move on to Cassandra.
Hi, Cassandra. I'm
Cassandra. Which costume's better, do you think?
They're about equal.
Alright, I'll just go with this, like, traditional one.
Yeah, like, no one wears dark nylons like that anymore, but, like, they're both pretty much neutral.
Yeah. So I don't have a lot of experience with this character, so bear with me if it winds up being kind of terrible. This is not a main, this is not a character I almost ever play as, so I don't immediately know what her move scheme is going to be.
She's going to be kind of a lighter character, though.
You would think so, anyway, yeah, because she looks like it.
The shield, though, like, does the shield factor into her moveset much?
I think the shield doesn't factor in too much, but it might. I'm not 100% sure.
Well, you seem to be doing fine so far.
I'm beating people up, so I guess that's okay.
Yeah.
But Taki's really just the start of this, so we don't know how good she's going to be. I'm pretty sure this character, who I don't know much about, is like the sister of one of the characters from the original game or something like that, who left to have children, or that might be this character. I don't know which.
But you got it perfect.
Yeah, apparently.
So her skirt is constantly flipping up to show you, like, her pantyhose butt.
Yeah,
and it's kind of uncomfortable, not just because it's just, like, gratuitous, like, skirt flips, but, like, it's just, like, a darker texture on the model, so it's like, dude, who wears dark pantyhose? Is it, like, the 60s right now?
Isn't that just what pantyhose look like when you flip them up, though?
Who wears pantyhose?
I don't know.
That's
I really am
my
not
issue.
that
Like,
sure.
oh my god, I haven't seen pantyhose since I was like 12.
Yeah,
on anyone.
It's kind of an older
actually,
thing.
I saw pantyhose on someone in the Rite Aid like a month ago. And they were an old-ass lady, and it was like they were wearing pantyhose and flip-flops or some bizarre shit like that.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if they sell pantyhose in a Rite Aid or something
or
like
it was like pantyhose under leggings or some other thing. Like, I don't remember exactly.
Yeah.
I just remember it being like
that's fair.
Rite Aid Twilight Zone madness.
Yeah, right. Well, Rite Aid has always got that weird Twilight Zone madness going on.
Rite Aids are cursed. They're an intersection between our world and some kind of weird time stop. Time hole.
I'm pretty sure Cassandra has something to do with I think
she's Greek.
Greece? Yeah. I was gonna say, like, I think she has something to do with, it's like the gods or something.
Yeah, she's constantly in her voice clips making reference to some other character. I kind of remember that.
Great.
Yeah.
I'm already losing to Astaroth. Like, I gotta be
fine.
careful.
If you can get him, like, he's slow, so you just jab him and he'll eventually not be able to hit you.
I just need to go horizontal because overhead wasn't working so good. He was just sidestepping.
Axe kind of goes over like that part of him, so you're getting him under the axe. That kind of makes sense.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, her haircut is like.
Oop.
Okay, so Cassandra's haircut and pantyhose, like. She's from like the 50s or something. Like the design cues.
Some kind of ancient Greece.
Yeah, no, like this is like a weird, vaguely medieval fantasy, whatever. I don't know, but like just her design sense just feels like they were trying to go off of an older era. Like just like the way her bangs are just so. I don't know, like that style of everything doesn't happen
50s,
much.
Yeah. Which is weird because I think this game takes place in like the 1600s.
Yeah, and like it was designed in like the late 90s, early 2000s.
Did they have in the 1600s?
They had hose. I just don't know if they're the same. Like they wouldn't have been the same kind of material. They wouldn't have been that translucent.
You'd think so
and dark.
anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, but anyways, like it feels like they were going for like they started with a base of like a 50s just a girl, you know, with like a dress and a headband and nylons and stuff. Maybe 60s. She's got some boots going on. They're made for walking or whatever. They don't have heels, but it's like there's some 50s, 60s stuff going on, but then they like overlay it with all this other stuff. None of it looks Greek at all.
Not really.
She's got almost a little bit of a Sailor Scout going on with her like weird little scarf tie thing. None of it really fits. But I mean, we don't know anything about her really. So it could be that she's from, like, Olympus, and then she doesn't use, like, human fashions.
Yeah, I think... Well, I don't know if they're supposed to be gods, her lineage. We'll find out when we actually get to that point. Yeah, because we still kind of... We have no idea. I guess we're just going to have to figure it out. She's fighting the topless guy in a pirate area, though. Like
yeah, I don't know if those have anything to do with each other.
Nunchaku are so completely useless and worthless as a weapon.
Eh. Yeah, aren't they more just for demonstration to show you can use your hands cool?
Sort of. Kind of. It's my understanding that nunchaku are useless no matter who's holding them, and that they're actually just meant to look fancy, and that people like them because they look cool, but that actually, like, they're completely useless in fighting.
They're like a rhythmic gymnastics sort of tool.
Like, I could be wrong, and I'm sure there's people who are like, I could kick your ass with nunchaku.
Yeah, no, we don't know anything about... We don't know anything about Soul Calibur.
Well, that's true, too.
Yeah.
We don't know anything about a lot of things, as it turns out.
Oh, yeah, no. Fighting games are a mystery that we're slowly trying to unravel by playing them. Which wasn't originally the point of doing, like, Sunday fighting games.
I actually lost that one.
When I envisioned this, it would be more like we would just be, like, competing with each other and banter.
I feel like that just got kind of boring as time went on.
It turned into, what's the story mode like? Let's play story modes. And then we're doing those in arcade modes and stuff. It's like, what is anything in this game? Because the only, like, fighting game that I know anything about the characters in, like, confidently is, like, Smash Brothers.
Oh, yeah, well, Smash is, like, the easiest thing.
Oh, yeah, like, I mean, some of them I still couldn't say that I confidently can give you the full information about. I don't really, I mean, is there Ice Climbers lore? Kind of.
I mean, they're ice climbers. They climb the ice.
Why haven't they made an Ice Climbers game? Like, they've made a Kid Icarus. They made, like, a new one.
Okay, so this is complex. It's Sakurai, sort of. So Sakurai was tasked when they did Smash, like, Brawl, to kind of redesign certain characters.
Okay,
so he took that to heart and he redesigned Pit. And he was like, okay, so Pit's like a character that everybody remembers on Nintendo stuff. Which I think is kind of silly.
Yeah, like, it's a generational thing where if you weren't, like, old enough when the Super Nintendo came out, like, you don't know.
Sakurai's old enough to have made Kid Icarus.
Yeah, no, like, we didn't know. Anyone who was in our class at school probably didn't know.
Yeah.
Their older brothers and sisters might, because they would have been old enough to have bothered playing a Super Nintendo, but we were N64 kids.
Well, no, Kid Icarus is on the NES anyway.
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
see, that's how little I know.
It's a NES game.
See that?
I actually have a version of it for 3DS, not for NES. It's a very hard game.
You have Uprising, and it's got the...
No, I'm talking about the
it didn't
NES
come
game
with the thing.
Yeah, no.
It's because you have, like, one of the first generation 3DSs.
Wait a minute. Actually, maybe... Actually, Uprising may have come with the download code. You might be right.
Okay,
that might be where I got it, actually.
One or the other. You have it, it's a hard game.
Yeah, I've got it. It's a very hard game.
So he had to redesign the character, so they just gave him the property to make a game?
Yeah, he kind of redesigned the character little bits and pieces here and there, sort of like... Here's how I think he would look like if he was in modern day, because that was the general idea that he came up with, was like, what would Pit, the main character of the game, look like if he had made it into modern times?
Like how Mario progresses.
Yeah, like how everybody progresses, with the exception of Kid Icarus, because they don't make games for it.
Yeah, and arguably, like, some of them took weirder turns. Like, the shift to 3D for Samus went, like, first person before it did anything else. So it's like, some of them took weird directions.
Yeah, but his idea was like, okay, so we've got Pit, and we've got Palutena, and we've got all these other characters. So how would they look if I was doing, like, a modern game for them? And he went out and he kind of redesigned Pit. Here, you can take the controls if you want to.
Oh.
Let's go.
Yeah, weave it through the table so it doesn't get caught.
But anyway, yeah. So he redesigned Pit. And Nintendo was so incredibly impressed with the concept that they went, hey, do you want to just make the next Kid Icarus? And he went, that's a thing? And they went, well, we weren't planning on it, but you went ahead and put him in, Smash, so we kind of figured, hey, why not? So they gave it to Sakurai. And he did Kid Icarus Uprising, which is an amazing fucking game, and people often do not regard it as such, and I'm almost kind of disappointed that that game doesn't get the recognition.
You tried to show me how it played once, and the controls made very little sense.
That's
Sophia,
the argument.
That's like the name she keeps bringing up,
I think
and
that's
it's like,
her
who is that?
But it's like Kid Icarus Uprising is, and like I said, it's an amazing game, but everybody always complains about, like, oh, but the controls are terrible, and they're this, and they're that. It's like, they're not that bad. They're fine. It's
he's completely just owning my shit.
Yeah, it's a rail shooter. It's a rail shooter half the time, and then the other half the time it's a third-person over-the-shoulder game. And people don't like it because it requires you to use both hands. And
the way you said that implies that they want to do something else with their other hand.
No. Well, they want to hold the console, is the argument.
Oh, yeah, no, it came with, like, a stand or something, right?
Yeah, you didn't have to use it, but it was a smart idea to use the stand that came with the game.
I booted him off the stage.
Yeah, I saw that. It's a pity it didn't count as a ring out.
Eh.
You killed him before he went over. You kind of just killed a dude and then threw his body into it.
Oh, yeah, I gotta dispose of the evidence.
What the hell is this?
What?
Charade?
Charade? What the hell is
you
this?
You can pronounce it like charade.
It's
a potential thing. I don't know.
She doesn't know either.
I don't know what the hell this is.
But he's kind of like got some rhythm going as he does his...
Beat up Charade. He's an eyeball with golem pieces attached to him. I don't know what the fuck this is.
Yeah, he's like Inferno, but like
A
extinguished.
little bit. He's like Inferno, but his fire's not there or something. I doubt this is her final fight. This has got to be her fight.
Yeah, no, this was like 7. So how many is there normally
I don't
in here?
remember. I don't remember. I couldn't tell you. But yeah, people don't like Kid Icarus Uprising because it just plays funny. And it's like, I really liked it. When there was an online community for Kid Icarus Uprising, I was a part of it. And I kicked fucking ass in that game. I'm great at Kid Icarus Uprising. Does it still exist,
or did they close the servers?
I think the servers are still around, but I don't think that the online actually exists anymore. The community itself doesn't exist.
You got me a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm doing okay with her. She plays enough like Talum, I guess.
Well, she's a semi-light character.
Yeah, she's a young lady with a short sword.
I don't understand this.
Me either.
Yeah, me neither. You know what?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So if Sakurai had chosen, like, to do Ice Climbers instead of Kid Icarus, then that would have just been
when he did Ice Climbers, like, when he put Ice Climbers in Smash, he just took the original form of Ice Climbers.
Yeah, that's a good point.
They are completely unchanged.
The tethered together gimmick was just because there's 2 of them.
Yeah,
we thought,
that's kind of not in the original game, but the concept of literally just design-wise, that is just Ice Climbers.
Yeah.
You could do another Ice Climbers game, but I feel like it would have to... He's you!
It would... Oh, how often does that happen?
I don't know. He'd have to be... it would have to be like a weird platform.
Or it could be like a casual sort of co-op thing like new Super Mario Brothers games tend to be.
Well, the original Ice Climbers didn't have co-op or anything like that.
I thought that's why there's 2 characters. It's a 2-player game.
It's a 2-player game, but you don't play at the same time.
No? I thought it was like Mario and Luigi. You just plug in the other controller?
That's
the impression I got from seeing
you might be right about that.
Seeing screen
maybe
caps.
we'll test that at some point, because I do actually own Ice Climbers, the NES game.
Like the actual one?
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
Anyways,
this is Soul Calibur.
Off camera, we'll plug that in, and then we'll come back. If it works, maybe we'll come back and do like a one-off or something. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, like you'll tack to the end of this just us playing.
I don't think it'll be to the end of this, but eventually.
Wow, I was doing way better than usual here. Yeah. That was weird.
Well, I softened him up. I did 7 fights for you.
Yeah, you did. Was it? I don't remember. I don't think it was 7. But She's a Kid Icarus character, sort of, in that I don't know anything about her. She's vaguely Greek, but mostly fantasy. What just happened?
Nothing.
There was some
Wielding
scuttling.
weapons once dedicated to Hephaestus, Cassandra vanquished the evil.
Oh, so she worships the Forge god.
Her sister's precious sword and shield bore the scars of countless battles. So yeah, like I said, sister stuff. So great was Cassandra's concern about the weapons, she forgot that she destroyed the demonic blade.
Oh.
Okay. She need not worry, for surely her sister would be overjoyed.
Did the Soul Calibur, like, kill her
return.
sister or something?
I think Soul Calibur, her sister fought against it and then just gave up at some point.
Huh,
I don't know.
I don't know.
I like I said...
There's some shuffling happening. Excuse us.
Not super...
Whoa!
No, it's fine.
He almost knocked over the Wii.
No, shush. It's fine. I didn't do anything of the sort. Like, I know what's going on.
Okay,
Don't worry.
should we research?
Yeah, well, we're gonna check her information now.
Yes, we're researching so we can learn about Kid Icarus.
That is not what it's. It has nothing to do with research.
Well, we're learning about this character.
Sword and Nemea shield.
Sure, whatever that means.
Whatever that means. Soul Calibur.
Alright.
Profile. Cassandra Alexandra.
That is
a
fake
hard
ass
name. Yeah. Age 21, birthplace Athens, Ottoman Empire, which is Turkey.
Huh. Did Turkey occupy Greece?
The Ottoman Empire.
I don't know that stuff about. I don't know that part of history.
The Ottoman Empire is way farther to the east.
Yeah, but Athens. Do we mean literally Athens, Greece, but it was occupied by Turkey as part of the empire?
Maybe they're equating the Ottoman Empire with Turkey.
I don't
know now that I think about it. Yeah, my
that
ancient
part
history
of
is kind of meh.
Yeah, I don't know anything
Usually
about
I know
Turkeys.
everything about it, but no, this particular instance, I'm not sure what they're trying to say there.
Yeah.
Height 5'5", weight unknown, refuses to reveal.
Women, am I right? It's just,
yeah.
it's pointless to do.
Birth date, July 20th, blood type B, weapon short sword and small shield, weapon name Omega sword and Nemea shield.
Okay, whatever.
Which is weird because her shield has an Omega sign on
Kind
it,
of,
I think.
stylized.
Discipline, Athenian style. Family, her father is Achilles, her mother is Nike.
Like the goddess of victory?
Her brother is Lucius.
Like Satan?
Her older sister is Sophicia.
Okay, so that's the name that she's constantly using in her voice clips.
Brother-in-law is Rothion, and then niece and nephew are Pyra and Petra.
So that's the person who has kids that you keep.
Yeah. Her older sister was, I think she was the fighter in the original game who
Okay.
represented Greece, and then she stopped being a fighter to settle down and have children, and just became a mom.
And her sister decided, I gotta go fight that evil
Yeah, and then
sword.
I think there's a point in the series for Soul Calibur where her sister comes back as a fighter.
Okay.
And it's just, she replaces Cassandra. Like, they can't be in the same game at the same time.
Do they have the exact same fighting style?
Very similar
Makes
fighting
sense,
styles,
then?
yeah.
All right.
It was, sorry, give me a second. It was 7 years earlier that Cassandra witnessed a mysterious Asian woman bring Sophicia back and draw out shards of the evil sword from her sister's flesh while treating her wound.
Was that Taki? Because she's the first person we fought.
Possibly. Therefore, when Sophicia disappeared again a few years later, Cassandra was certain that her sister had left to contend with Soul Edge once more. One day, after ruining errands,
she dropped all the eggs on the way home from the market.
she spilled the milk and ate the bread. One day, after running errands for her family's bakery, Cassandra visited Sophicia's home. There she saw a familiar metal shard. It was undoubtedly a fragment of Soul Edge. Soul Edge! Angered by her sister's panicked reaction to the shard, Cassandra ran to the Hephaestus shrine. Why are you doing this to my sister? How can you claim to be an almighty god? Answer me.
Well, Hephaestus is not really that big of a doer. Like, he builds things for the other gods who go off and do things.
How can you claim to be an almighty god? Hephaestus wheeled his chair backwards and tried to turn himself around awkwardly. I don't! What the fuck? Said Hephaestus. I feel bad. Hephaestus is an amazing god, but yeah, he doesn't claim to be almighty. He's just a dude in a forge.
He's got like a severe inferiority complex and is constantly getting cucked. Like,
he's literally in a wheelchair. The other gods treat him horribly.
Yeah, like
he's a great god, but dude, he doesn't consider himself almighty in any way.
He's probably the god with the least temper.
Yeah. He's chill about everything and just accepts that, like, his life is awful.
I don't think he uses a wheelchair, though. I think you're thinking of things from, like adaptations.
Well, when
he
they describe
normally has two golden men he built to hold him up, like C-3PO.
When they describe it, it's two golden men that hold him
Crutches,
that are
maybe?
Sometimes wheels. Like, it varies, but
never heard that one.
People believe that the description is that Hephaestus is being described as sitting in a chair that's being carried by two small robots.
I've never heard that.
And the idea is that is kind of a weird description of what may have been a wheelchair at some point, or something stupid like that. It's basically that when he was a kid, he was thrown off Mount Olympus, and it broke his legs and destroyed his spine. And then he never walked again.
Like, I don't know. They're never super detailed. It's just he was thrown off a mountain, and it was like permanent damage. And he's good at making swords. I don't remember what it was over. What, was it like as a joke? No. So the version that I've heard is that he was a small child, and he's one of the few children that is actually the children of Zeus and Hera, and not Zeus and some other side piece. But they were fighting, and he came to his mom's side, like, Mom, Dad, stop fighting, and Zeus tossed him off the mountain.
Because Zeus is a dick in actual Greek mythology. For those of you who aren't aware, Zeus is an absolute monster.
Hephaestus, the god of the forge, volcanoes, cucks, and battered children, is not really trying to guide the fate of humans. Like, no, he'll provide you with the weapons, but just be nice to him.
Yeah, he's not a bad guy.
Yeah. The Soul Edge is someone else's problem, probably.
Her voice reverberated throughout the desolate, hollowed grounds. Cassandra collapsed on the floor, worn out from shouting. It was then that she saw the metal fragment resonate with the holy sword, blessed by Hephaestus. She realized then that the Soul Edge was still alive, but she could not allow her sister to carry the burden any longer. Around the time when light began to filter in from the eastern skies, the holy weapon disappeared from the temple. So the Soul Edge is from Hephaestus' temple? I guess? I did a big shrug.
I don't know.
Eurydice Shrine Gallery. This shrine is built high up in a snow-covered mountain that is as beautiful as it is harsh. The scale of this temple is such that it is easy to believe that Olympian gods once dwelled in this place. Legends say Hephaestus, the god of fire and forge, built the main shrine on top of the summit. This is evidenced by the stairway that leads up to the shrine, and the ramp right next to it.
Don't make jokes
I'm not trying to make jokes. It's logistically, why would he build a staircase if Hephaestus can't walk?
He's got the robots.
I legitimately feel bad for Hephaestus, but he made it work. It's just like, come on. The enormous steps are impossible for mortals to climb. Humans built this gallery around the giant stairway for their priests' use.
So we're talking like a stepped pyramid sort of ziggurat thing, not literal stairs.
Yeah. Also, in my defense, I mean, a ramp would be way easier to walk up.
Up a mountain, though?
Easier than a flight of stairs.
If you fall all the way down.
I mean, you'd have to tilt it somewhat, but I don't know. I don't want to have to walk up 80 bajillion stairs to get to the top of a mountain. That sounds awful.
You just don't want to climb a mountain.
Yeah, that too, but I mean, come on.
I don't know. I figure if he really wanted to, Hephaestus was smart enough to have rigged up some kind of old-fashioned
elevator. Yeah,
yeah, powered by robots. Just more of his C-3POs just down there with some pulleys. I don't know.
I thought they had weight-based counterweight elevators and stuff.
I don't know. Probably. They were smart.
Yeah. In one corner of this meticulously built gallery is the place where a blacksmith couple gave an offering of a sword and a shield to Hephaestus. And this character stole them, I'm assuming. The arms have disappeared.
Hephaestus' sword. It's like, yeah, I build these for fun, dude.
Hephaestus looks at it and goes, "What is this shit quality?"
Actually, considering who we're talking about, he would have probably just been honored.
Yeah, maybe.
It's just like, oh, someone likes me. That's really cool.
I imagine it's like handing food to like, I don't know, to like a high-class chef. And then having him look at it and spit in your food and be like, "Cook it again."
No, because he's not a dick.
No, he's not. You're right.
I mean, if you went up to, like, Zeus and gave him some of your illegitimate children, he'd be like, "What the fuck is this?" But you give Hephaestus a sword, he probably would be okay with it. It's like, "Aw, that's cute. Put it on the fridge."
The arms, with a big magnet, sticks a sword to his fridge.
Yeah.
The arms have disappeared from the altar, however. Who could have taken them?
Okay, so it's
Cassandra. Cassandra stole a weapon.
She came up here to yell at her forge dad because her sister ran off to do, like, whatever duty to stop evil. She's frustrated and she's gonna go and, like, fix it herself. So that's okay. I still can't tell if she's magic or not, though.
You make me laugh. Too bad.
Yeah, her teeth are kind of detailed.
Too bad.
And her eyebrows are kind of detailed too. Like,
wow,
I can
she
almost
has a lot of voice
strands.
scripts that aren't her just making weird noises.
Yeah, you gotta go further down. Cuss, shit, crap. Crap's not a cuss.
No. I saw a laugh and that was it.
Yeah. There you go. There goes Josh down the lane. Playing attacks. Her eyes are like an unnatural Mary Sue level of turquoise.
Yeah, they are.
That is
it's
bright.
Weird. And yeah, her teeth are very strange, and I don't quite like them.
They modeled them a little too, like, realistically.
All right.
Considering the era and the level of graphics they were working with.
Yeah.
Too much time spent on the teeth. It was a little creepy.
Yeah, they didn't have to do teeth at all, honestly.
Yeah. Alright, so I guess I'll be, like, a whirling pile of, like, confusion plot. Who else was... that charade thing. Who was the guy before that? Nightmare was the guy we fought before that.
Yeah. I'll just be Cassandra. I'm picking the other costumes that we get a chance to see.
Yeah, variety.
Yep.
Alright.
You're still being some kind of whirlwind of garbage.
Yeah.
You're selecting it, so select the...
yeah, this one.
Yeah.
I almost picked random.
Yeah,
I know I've done it in the past. So with this costume... Yeah, why? That was a weird one. So with this costume, she's showing more leg, but she's got the whole
she's
thigh
not
thing going
just
on.
wearing...
Yeah,
like,
the high boots, honestly, are possibly even more risque.
Maybe... If only because she has absolute territory and, like, nothing else showing.
Oh, you're using the weeb term.
Yeah, sorry. That's what I know to call it, so... Oh, fuck. Wait. That was weird. Know. Did I get down to pray in the middle of an attack?
I don't know.
I don't know what I did there. That was so
All
strange.
I'm doing is trying to figure out the timing on his slow-ass, giant-ass sword-ass.
Ass.
Yeah. He's wearing, like, a thing over his ass, so he can't see it to know for sure what kind of ass it asses.
It's an ass. I'm sure it's like a knight's butt or
also,
something.
I keep trying to press buttons in order to, like jump out of, like, being hit. I don't know what you call that, but, like, in Blaze Blue, you can do that. Where you kind of ping out of things, like you air dash a little.
Yeah, well, don't try to air dash in this game.
Yeah, it's not working. And it's like, I keep trying to do that.
It doesn't work. Oh.
Okay, this isn't too hard. I figured out a couple of his moves. You just gotta time everything right. There.
Aww. Well, I guess this is where Cassandra dies.
Yep. She never even gets to explain what the fuck charade is.
Yeah, Nightmare just comes here and murders her. So what are your thoughts on this character? She's a dick to Hephaestus.
Yeah, but she was presumably... She's 21. And that may have happened years before. That's her backstory. I can accept that she's, like, young and frustrated and her sister may be, like, possessed by sword demons or killed by sword demons or some other shit. So it's like, yeah, no, she's rebelling against the gods. She just happens to be yelling at the one god who's probably too nice to yell at. If it was
Zeus, I'd be like, yeah, yell at Zeus all you fucking want. He's a horrible monster. But, like, no, it's Hephaestus, and it's like, oh, that's the god all the other gods yell at. Like, don't yell at him.
Him and Hestia. Sometimes I think the Roman name would be Vesta, but like she doesn't even have a seat on Olympus. She just tends the fire and she's fine there. Those two are nice. Don't be mean to them. Don't be mean to Artemis because she's cool. Everyone else, honestly,
she's cool, but she does have moments. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I know. But like she's too cool to yell at. Like you won't win. The other guys have it coming.
Don't yell at Ra because he hasn't done anything.
What?
Or Odin. No, actually yell at both of those. I don't care.
Is Ra even like a person god?
Yes, but most of his stories are just, look at me, I'm so cool, because I'm also the sun.
If we're going to keep talking about myths, should we play another round?
No.
Okay.
No, that's fine. Yeah, and anything else to say?
Not really. Maybe someday we'll learn what Kid Icarus is. I don't know.
Maybe someday. All right. Good night, everybody.
Have a good night.